Welcome y'all to another Star Mazda race here at Mosport. Be my third one tonight. The last two didn't go so well. First one I made a mistake going into turn 2 on lap 1, got sideways and T-boned. My fault. I seem to be just not having the best of luck here this week. However, it seems like this track with this car is more about survival than it is actually racing hard. Because in the second race that I eventually screwed up, I was headed for a podium had I not. Had I just kept it together, I think I would have gotten a podium. Not that I would have felt good about having that podium, but I would have taken it. So here we are. This will be my last attempt for the week, because if I do terribly and totally tank my rating, it'll still be recoverable next week, and so I don't want to overdo it. We shall see how this goes. Sometimes I'm too stubborn for my own good and just don't want to give up, because I can do this. I can do this all darn day during practice without any mistakes, and then the second I get in a race, bloop.
Green, green, green.
I was hoping that he would go, but guess not. Actually did lose it there in qual.
You got a toy car on the left.
Wow, that dude was spinning. Doing some spin me right round, baby. So, and in qual, also, it took at least 2 laps before the tires had any reasonable amount of heat. If you couldn't tell, it's overcast and the track temps is like 76. So, it is chilly. And the tires make that very apparent. And wow, we got some people already racing hard up there. And they are more than welcome to it. And of course, my first turn point here at turn 1 apparently is a shadow. Even though it just looks like it's some dots across the Got the crap out of me there. Apparently just some parallel dotted lines across the track. I didn't think they were shadows when I was using them. Except I remember finding this out for the skips last season. Hopefully we'll have some heat in the tires now. So turn 1 won't be as scary. Don't. Oh, and I screwed that turn up again. That's where I screwed up in the second race. No idea what's wrong with me in this car all of a sudden. I mean, I know this cold weather is not helping in any way, shape, or form. I did not have anywhere near this much trouble last time we raced it. I think, was it Mid-Ohio? Or was it Interlagos? I think it was Interlagos. I don't. Okay, so at Interlagos we had a lot of trouble. That was a really hard track. Well, that, and I actually had pace there. I was actually trying to race. And turn one was just a nightmare there. I think Ronnie here has damage, yep. I think one of the main differences, though, is that at Interlagos, there's quite a few places that are really hard that you'll probably make a mistake at, but most of them are recoverable. Like, even if you spin out and go flying off, you're not going to hit a wall. Not so much here. Most of the places that I've made a mistake here are pretty much guaranteed walls. Very narrow track. So slow right now, too. The pace I'm running right now, I wouldn't believe me either when I said I've actually got into the 14s in practice earlier today. $14,911. I was pretty happy with that. Really happy if I could do it consistently. I seem to be able to do low 15s fairly reasonably, except I don't know what it is. I seem to just have a lot of issues keeping pace throughout the week. Like, I'll do really well early on, and it'll just be a struggle to get back to that the rest of the week.
Car ahead, car stop on the right.
Ooh. Really hate having this tiny FOV. Fortunately, with only a 10-car field, we're not even at the halfway point yet. And unfortunately, this is probably just going to be a hot lap race. Especially because right now I'm not even very comfortable about actually racing someone. Way too afraid I'll take him out. Which is the one thing I have that I will say, except for the one race I got T-boned in, I haven't taken anyone else out. So, almost a positive thing. Almost positive in that I did take someone out, which sucks. And thankfully, iRacing does not model flat spots. My tires would look like octagons. Even though, yes, I know it'd be more likely to hit the flat spot again. That's not funny. I don't know if the octagon joke was funny. I thought it was. It's late and I'm tired. So tonight will be I'm sharing stuff with you to give you a chance to laugh at something I found funny, probably more than I'm going to be humorous. So feel free to laugh at me more than you laugh with me tonight. I very cautiously go through that turn. No limp whammy. That turn right there, I think, is one of the only places that's really common to screw up that you can survive. Because a lot of times what will happen is you'll hit that bump, or the apex curb, or I'm sorry, the apex hump, mountain. Unsettle the car and then spin. So as long as somebody behind you doesn't take you out, you should be good. Waiting to screw myself with that little twitch there. I think the big difference between myself and races in practice, at the very least, is I have a lot of confidence with this car in practice. Then I get very stiff during the race. Because I know the difference between saving it and losing it is very, very thin margin. And so now I'm chickening out and cowarding out and not really pushing the car like I need to. Or just driving the car like I need to really make it work. And I guess I should say to make it not hate me. Because I don't even think at my best I can really push this car to make it work. Then again, this car is very, very hard mode for me. Or, I'm sorry, I enable hard mode on this car with the lack of force feedback and a really tiny-ass wheel. Which usually works out okay in the skips. If nothing else, because I have the degrees of rotation of my steering wheel and of the skips steering wheel match. I think in this car it's really close. The Star Mazda steering wheel I think may turn a little bit more, or it's just, again, the small wheel is what's killing me. And I don't want to use that as an excuse, which is why I'm still here, and why I get irritated at myself when I put it into a wall. And unfortunately, I think we're going to get lapped. Especially if we touch the grass there, because that's not going to end well. Tried to do a quick glance and see how far I was behind the leader, and not sure. I'll attempt to take another look here after I finish these turns. I'm only 35 seconds behind. Okay. I think. So not too terrible. Okay, he's got 38 seconds. I don't know what kind of times he's running versus me. Assume 3 seconds, yes. Spinning does not help not get lapped. We'll have to see how this progresses. If I'm running a slow pace, I'm okay with not doing well. If I finish the race and I don't get lapped, which is how I define finishing the race. If you go down a lap, then you didn't really finish. Okay, he's gaining. Wow, I was looking at that, he's like, oh, okay, he's still at 38 seconds. We're good. We should be okay. And then he gained 2 seconds. But he just gained 3 seconds there. We have about 12 seconds on him. And 11 laps. Okay. We might be able to do this. Actually, we have 10 laps, so we should be able to do this. As long as we don't make any big mistakes. Or wuss out too much and go way too slow. Because we just need to get across the line before he finishes to get that one last lap in. I see we're slowly gaining on Paul up there ahead of us in 5th. Or not. Never mind. So depressing that I'm in the 15 still at 76 degrees. But the goal is to finish. We will have 0 chance of doing well if we can't finish. And I know I'm losing a lot of time right there because I'm really cowarding out. So I have to go uncomfortably fast through there to really get the speed I need. At least the tires have some heat in them now, so that it's not as harrowing each time through this turn. So I know the cars you can get a much better time in cold weather here in iRacing. And if I'm not mistaken, in most other racing sim type games, it's the opposite. I'm not sure why. Because I know, like on a straight, you don't go faster. So is it just that you can push the car harder and the colder pavement will actually suck the heat away better in night racing? Or do you... because if it was more engine power, like you would get in cold weather, with reduced humidity. Thanks, Ronnie. The random crap I think about when I'm not going fast enough to actually need to push. Or that means I'm pushing too hard right now and my concentration's breaking. Let's hope it's the first and not the second. Because as tired as I am right now, I do not have the extra thought power to be thinking about other crap right now. And another attempted landmine. Just call me the Minesweeper. Well, unless there's some major shakeup, which, looking at it at this point, I doubt there be. This will probably be my finishing position. Unfortunately means we won't gain back any I rating. Hopefully, more importantly, I'll gain back some of the safety rating I've been losing. Because apparently anytime I wreck out here, it's a high teens to 20s SR loss. That just hurts. Didn't help in one race I wrecked out twice. Yeah, let's not talk about that. If I can finish this one at the current pace, or with that much green, I should actually break into the 14s, which will make me happy. Yay! Five laps to finish, 4 laps to get to finish. Yay, I did that non-sucky for once. At this point, I should easily be able to finish before the leader catches us. Well, again, barring any stupid major mistakes. As like I tried to make right there. not expect it to go faster there. Since I'm really not trying to push right now. I think what I really need to do is just take a little bit of time each week and practice with this car. Not necessarily race it. Even though that would be a lot more fun. I just need to get the seat time so I can be as comfortable with this as I am with the skips. And I know part of the issue is the pace in this car, and I think most other cars that actually have some power as I try to miss my braking point. With most more powerful cars, and at the very least, cars with actual downforce, the reaction times are much quicker. At least I feel that way. Even though I know there's been times in the skips where I feel like I needed to react pretty damn quick. Still a lot of meat on that bone there. Well, arguably there's a lot of meat left everywhere considering how fast I'm running compared to the leader. But just with my own optimals, there's still a lot of meat left. Screwed up the turn in, so had to kind of wait and go a little bit slower before I can get on it, which was irritating. I think the most frustrating thing is that I actually have a reasonable pace in this car. Well, I can have a reasonable pace in this car if my practice sessions are anything to go by. Except the second I get into a race, I seem to just lose it for whatever reason. And that's frustrating to me because I can almost taste being able to race with this car. But if I think about it, I mean, our early adventures in the skips, hell, last week's adventures in the skips were pretty much like this too. Where finishing a race was just about as good as actually trying to place. And I know I still have a long way to go with the skips. I'm just much happier with that in the sense that I can actually race. Speaking of flat spots, alright, that'll be a reasonable finish to the week. Not much of a race. More like a time trial with other people. We finished it. I can be happy with that. We got less champ points this time than we did the last time we wrecked out twice. Strength of field's fun. We gained some safety rating back, which was nice, even though it doesn't other stuff we lost. I'm pretty sure we'll get plenty of that back at week tips, which I am very much looking forward to the last time we do Zandvoort for 3 seasons. With that, leave a like if you didn't leave a dislike. If you have any questions, suggestions, feedback, or advice, drop it below. Good luck in your races. Take it easy.